Hello, everyone, and everybody around the world who watches Vision, too. We're thrilled to have you all either present in Maine or Wisconsin or Sweden. We get people watching. So, but it would be difficult for your day to be as beautiful as it is in San Diego unless you're here yourself. And so we have a perfect day to start our service today. And we're going to have the choir. You notice there's not that many people in the seats because they're all going to get up and sing along with you. We're going to sing a James Vandenberg song called This Is the Day. So please stand and sing along.
lovely. Thank you so much. Wasn't that what it... That is Daryl Thompson's song. Good morning, Vision. How are you? Is radiant, vibrant, and dynamic. Okay, let's say that. I am radiant, vibrant, and dynamic. Okay, you got it? I am radiant, vibrant, and dynamic. And if you didn't feel that way before, you do now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day too we have. This is San Diego weather, isn't it? Isn't this why you moved here? Okay, who's a native San Diegan? 1, 2, oh, wow, 3, 4. We have a cup of, wow, more than I thought. Wonderful, yay. See, we all join you because of this. This lovely weather. It's February and okay, never mind. Oh man, it's amazing. It is, we're all in red, right? It's the love month. I love that we're all still in red. It's the love month. It's also Black History Month, and we have this is the final spotlight for the month. I want to invite Dorothy Darling up. She's going to give us the Black History Month spotlight for the day. So welcome, Dorothy.
Thank you, Reverend Patti. Okay, this morning I'm going to be talking about a man named Frederick Douglass, who is a big, big man, and he had a big, big life. And I'm going to try to get it all into 2 minutes. So if you have any questions about Frederick Douglass beyond what I'm going to tell you right now, please see me after service because there's a lot more to the story. Frederick Douglass led an extraordinary life, rising from slavery to become one of the most photographed and famous African American men of the 19th century. He was born a slave in 1814. However, he taught himself to read and write by reading the Bible, billboards, posters, and newspapers. He was given assistance by Anne Murray, who was a free black woman, and she gave him what he needed to be able to escape from slavery, going by both boat and ferry and train from Maryland to Philadelphia and then to New York. Anne Murray, the woman that helped him before, soon joined him in New York, and they got married. He became a preacher and then took up the cause of abolitionism. If there's anybody here who doesn't know what that is, it's the cause of ending slavery. He went on a speaking tour in the northern United States and was an amazing speaker, very passionate speaker. He also spent time in Ireland and England, and the English abolitionists were able to, later on in his life, buy Frederick Douglass's freedom. His efforts to abolish slavery were not without cost. He was beaten by an angry mob and sustained a broken hand, which bothered him for the rest of his life. Also, his home was burned down, and arson was suspected. Nevertheless, for 40 years, he worked with Americans. He wanted to. He felt that discourse was very important, and speaking out and talking was very important. So he worked with Americans, including President Lincoln, to end slavery in America. He had a newspaper called North Star. He advocated for the women's right to vote. He was also involved in a lot of other causes, including working to have the women's right to vote. He wrote 3 autobiographies, did well financially, and eventually bought a beautiful home in Washington, D.C., which he expanded to 15 acres. He continued his abolitionist speeches right up until his death at age 77. He was an inspiration to Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Martin Luther King, Jr.
Thank you. have practitioners. They're all around the room. I would love the practitioners and ministers to raise your hand so that people can identify us. There we are. Look at that. Oh my gosh. The room is filled with them. At the end of our celebration, they are here to pray with us. So please, please avail yourselves of that, because life can only get better. We know that prayer changes things. For our community online, we have a meet and greet room after the celebration as well, where you can meet with practitioners in a breakout room and have one-on-one prayer, because we know prayer changes things. So please don't leave here today. If you've come with anything on your heart, and even if you haven't and something comes up, right? See a practitioner before you leave here today. Get prayer. It changes our lives. It just does. So please do that. We also have something else for you. We have welcome packets. If you are new to Vision, if you're just visiting us, if you're checking us out, take a look at what's inside of our guest packets. It tells you all about Vision, the Center for Spiritual Living. It tells you about Centers for Spiritual Living, the worldwide movement, how long we've really actually been around, which is fascinating, over 100 years, right? It's fun. It's good reading. And then look, there's not that much to it. It's really thin. You can read it in a minute. Give it to a friend, invite them in. We know this works. We know that this philosophy works, don't we? We know that this transforms lives through practical spirituality on the other banner that will hang in the spring. That's what it says. We transform lives through practical spirituality. So pick one up, give it to a friend, invite them in, say, you could change your life too. Here. Do something like that. They'll love it. You know how that goes. Anyway, there is a welcome greeting on the front. We're going to say it together right now. You ready with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. So just remember that. Just remember that. Now, before we move on, I want you to say hello to someone next to you. Just say, welcome to Vision. Awesome. I'm going to turn it over to James Vandenberg and the Higher Vision Choir, and they're going to sing our centering song to prepare us for our 5-minute meditation.
My name is Diane Russell, and I am a staff minister here at Vision. Please take these quotations into your heart, and we will move into the silence. Allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of the 5-minute meditation. Our first quote is from Mary Oliver, and she asks, Tell me what it is you plan to do with your one wild and precious life. And from Ernest Holmes, we think, and thought is non-material, and for all you and I know, what is all material is but a shadow cast by that thought. Now please don't say this is a wild raving of a metaphysician. memorial candle is burning this morning for Jack Catcher, the father of our sound dude, John Catcher. Jack made his transition this past week. So know with me that we bless Jack on his journey into that love that is spirit, and that we know his freedom in the life of spirit. Also know with me that we surround John with so much love and comfort while he goes through his grieving process. And know with me now that we are joined in consciousness, each one together, because we are part of one whole. We are spirit expressing in all its fullness. We are love expressing. We are joy. We are all those beautiful and good qualities that God is. And so I know that as we express them, we are expressing that one wild life of ours. We are out there doing our thing. We're out there with that fullness, the fullness of our heart, the fullness of our life, the confidence that allows us to step into the next thing, whatever's next, to step into that thing we want to try. It just allows us to step in and be full and complete in it, not hesitating, not tiptoeing, but just jumping in fully and completely. That's what life is. Life is expressing and growing and living and loving. I know this for each one of us. I know this for anyone that is receptive to it. I know that love is not a month-long thing. It's every day of every life, of every year. It's because we are the nature of God, and God is love. I know that this morning's celebration unfolds with complete clarity, inspiration. The music is so heart-opening. Everything flowing exactly the way it is, the way it, I want to say the way we planned, but that doesn't always happen. But exactly the way Spirit plans. So I know that our one big full life is expressed here and now and every day. I am grateful for our expressed life. I am grateful for vision. I am grateful for so much. And I am grateful for it on behalf of each of us. Know with me that this is complete now in the mind of God and in form. And join me in saying, and so it is.
it is above, may we always stand in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. In the name of love, may we always be seeking out the best till we all are free. Living in a world we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. 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 When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all as one, in the name of love. 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 In the name of love.
It's lovely. Here we are. The last talk, excuse me, in our theme for the month, radical interconnection. Radical interconnection. And we've been talking about it all month. There's only one of us. They sang so beautifully about it. There's only one of us, right? There's only one thing happening here. It's the activity of spirit individualizing itself as all of us. Ernest Holmes said in Help for Today, we see the first principle of life is oneness. The first performance of life is multiplying itself without dividing itself. That's really what we're talking about here. Infinite varieties of the one thing. Infinite varieties of the one life. And so today's talk is Wild One. Okay, strap in. Because we are that, right? We are that. We are the wild ones. We are that. This one life that we are all sharing in, that we get to individualize as us. We are that. The wild one life is ours to live. And living a wild life means no longer being ruled by fear, by stress, and by anxiety. Are you with me? Right? That is your one wild life. Not going to be ruled by anything like fear or lack or limitation. Living that one wild life means letting go of things that other people expected you to be. Right? Expected you to have the courage to be yourself, your true self, your authentic self, regardless of what people around you think. Living a wild life means freeing ourselves from the expectations that keep us stuck, that keep us complacent, normal, I love that word, right? Confined and restrained. We understand we are individualized expressions of God, not separate. Right? We're living that one wild and free life. And we pray that, don't we? Well, I do sometimes, I don't know, when I'm in class, and we give the class time over to Spirit and allow Spirit to run wild and free through the class. So whatever comes up, right? And we can handle it because we know it's truth. We are individualized expressions of the one life, not individuals, not separated from Spirit, not separated from each other, and not separated from life. Can't be, can't happen. Can't happen. Because why? Because core concept 1, God is all there is. We say it all the time. God is all there is. Well, if God is all there is, look around. This is God, right? We can't possibly be separated because we're sharing this one life. We're living this one life. We understand we are individualized and not separate. Life multiplying itself without dividing itself. We're all part of the same thing. We must come to accept that core concept 1, that God is all there is, right? We have to come to understand that. There's only God. God is all there is. It has found a way to outpicture itself as all form everywhere. But it's still God. Wherever you look, wherever you go, whoever you turn to, it's still God. Vegetable, animal, mineral, it's all sprung from the same source. All of it. Right? The Big Bang. I love that. Everything just bursts forth into form. It's all God. It's still all God. It's still made of the same stuff. You can call it energy. You can call it spirit. You can call it whatever you want. It all came from the same place. Pythagoras, they said it was Pythagoras. I'm not really sure. I have researched this quote over and over and over for years, and every time I research it, somebody else said it. Okay, so now you can quote me. I'll say it. Consciousness sleeps in the stone, dreams in the plant, awakens in the animal, and slowly becomes aware of itself in the human. It's all consciousness. It's all the same stuff. It's all energy. Like ice and water and steam. They might look different one from the other, but they're all the same stuff. They're all the same stuff, and that's us. We may look different one from the other, but we're all the same stuff. We are all the same stuff. So, how do we treat others? How are we to treat others? Ramana Maharishi said, there are no others. Us against them is a lie told to divide and conquer us. That's all it is. So it is up to us, the wild ones, right, to speak truth, to speak of our oneness, to speak from our oneness. There are no others. There's only us. That's all there is. Matthew 25:40 said, whatever you do to the least of my brothers and sisters, you do to me. Right? Big famous quote. Everybody knows that one. This verse calls us to compassion, calls us to kindness for all people. Those in need, those not in need, right? From the entire spectrum. It calls us to compassion and kindness to everyone. Mercy. I think that's what Bishop Marianne Buddy said, didn't she? In the inaugural prayer service. She called it mercy. It's what Jesus would have called it. Yeah, Jesus was a wild one, wasn't he? He was one of us. Absolutely. Absolutely. How about that? Speaking truth to power. That's what we do. Right? We're here to stand in our truth. We're here to stand in our oneness. What are those qualities of God? We know them to be the truth of us. Oneness, beauty, wisdom, power. All of those qualities of God. We say the qualities of God to which there are no opposite. Well, we can find opposites here in the physical world. We find opposites at the level of the physical only because we created them. We made them up. We made them up, right? The qualities of God to which there are no opposite. There's only love. There's only beauty. There's only peace. And we express as much or as little of those qualities as we can, right? Believe, embody, and demonstrate. So we get down to the very, very least amount of love, and we call it hate. We call it something else. But it's on the continuum. It lives on the continuum. We can express as much love as we want, and it's still love. It's still love. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to express the qualities of God, live in the truth of who we are. Ernest Holmes said, a realization of our oneness with the omnipresence brings peace. The peace which is accompanied by the consciousness of power. That is the power that we own. That's the power we have. We have inherited all of the qualities of God. They all flow through us. Power is one of them. So it is up to us, the wild ones, to speak in our truth, to speak from our truth, to speak truth, and to call people to their integrity. It's what we do. We call it speaking truth to power, but it's really not that, is it? It's really speaking truth to pseudo-power. Because there are no humans on earth that have more power than we do. Right? We all share in these qualities of God. They're all limitless. They're all infinite. So we're not really speaking truth to any power that is more powerful than we are. We speak truth to pseudo-power. There's only one power. We know it. There's only one power. It's God. It's spirit. And we get to use as little or as much of it as we realize. When we realize our spirit, our truth, as spirit in form, we speak from that power. From that power, from that infinite power, from that power of spirit. Ernest Holmes said, as we realize our oneness with creative mind, we are released from the bondage of false thinking. We see, too, that freedom means liberty, but not license. Right? And we understand that. We are free within spiritual law. We are free within natural law, right? No one of us here can suspend the law of gravity. Just because I pray it, right? We're not going to go float off into the ceiling. We are free within the bounds of spiritual law. We are free within the bounds of physical law. And we know that we are the cause of our own effects. We are the cause of our own effects. There's a law of karma, right? No escaping that. There's the law of correspondence. What you send out comes back. It may not look exactly the same, but what you send out comes back. There is a law of giving and receiving, staying in the flow, growing consciousness, growing abundance. We know that these are all spiritual laws. One way or another, we get back what we send out. Life is a mirror. It's always reflecting back to us what we're sending out, always. There is a balance in the universe, which is another quality of God. There is a balance in the universe. Ernest Holmes said we have a right to happiness, any of which we can conceive, provided that happiness hurts no one else and is in keeping with the nature of progressive life. As long as it hurts no one else. Why? Because we're one with everything. Does that make sense? You know, why would you want to hurt someone else? You're only hurting yourself. Because there's only one of us. Go back to core concept 1. As long as it hurts no one else, why would we do that? When we know our oneness with everything. We know our oneness with everything. It benefits us when other people succeed, when other people are happy, when other people are successful, because it's us. It's still part of the one life. We are all part of the one life. We are entitled to every happiness, providing it hurts no one else. I'm here to tell you, ending U.S. aid hurts someone, right? Taking food away from starving children, that harms someone, right? Certainly does. And you know, it's interesting because opinion polls have repeatedly said, that the public estimates 25% of our discretionary federal budget goes to world aid, 25%. And the public would be happy if it was reduced to 10. Okay, that sounds reasonable, right? Now, if you go to the Congressional Budget Office, if you go to the CBO and you do your own looking at the numbers, what you find is the actual figure is below 1%. It is below 1%. Less than a penny of every federal dollar is spent to alleviate poverty, to combat hunger, to provide shelter, to fight disease, to expand education, to promote good governance. That's what good countries do. We're a good country. We are a good country. Ernest Holmes said, if we had a complete realization of the goodness that God is and our oneness with it, we would automatically express abundance. Automatically, without a doubt. All the worst decisions that we make are made from lack, made from limitation, made from a sense of fear, made from the illusion of separation. All of them. We don't have a scarcity challenge, we have a delivery challenge, right? There's more food, there's more energy, there's more health care, there's more of everything. But when we deny or hoard or cut off the supply, we do it out of our not enoughness. We don't do it out of love. We don't do it out of joy. We do it out of our not enoughness. That is out of alignment with principle. And we're here to know principle. We are here to demonstrate principle. Right? We're here to demonstrate the principles of God, our oneness, our unity, our abundance. This is the truth of us. This is the truth of us. The practical application of science of mind says this: God is life. And the nearer we come to understanding this and of our oneness with God, the less we shall be subject to anything that limits life, which disease certainly does. Remember, the body is the battlefield our mind goes to war on. The body is the battlefield the mind goes to war on. Thoughts of separation, thoughts of otherness, thoughts of less than, thoughts of condemnation or revenge or retribution, they all play out on the body, without a doubt, as do thoughts of love and thoughts of joy and thoughts of unconditional harmony and unity and peace. They all play out on the body as well, not only our body, but the body of our governance, the body of our nation, the body of our planet. So what are our thoughts? What are our thoughts? Because that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about our consciousness. The meaning behind what you do to the least of us, you do to me, right? It includes thoughts, because thoughts are things. We have to start there first. What do we think about the least of us, right? This is more than what would Jesus do. This is what would Jesus think. What is the consciousness of Jesus? It is love, it is unity, it is wholeness, it is peace. That's what Jesus' his ministry was. It was inclusion and wholeness and love and givingness, the givingness of itself. That's what we are. And if we're focused on otherness and not unity and oneness, we're not living in the sandals of Jesus, right? That's what he asked us to do. Walk his walk, right? The original followers of Jesus weren't called Christians. We were called Followers of the way. Followers of the way. That's what that teaching was called, because Jesus called people to follow. Do what he did. That's what we're here to do. Do what he did. Feed the hungry. Sit with the prostitutes and the tax collectors and all of that stuff. If we're focused on otherness and separation, we're not living the Christ consciousness. We're Pharisees. Remember them? Pharisees couldn't even touch the unclean man, right, laying on the side of the road. Walked all across the street to get around him. The Christ consciousness attended to him, helped him, assisted in his healing. That's what we're here to do. Followers of the way. Live the teaching. Ernest Holmes said, God is the giver of all things by means of love. The Spirit is always at peace. There is not an argument in divine mind. Spirit has never doubted itself, opposed itself, or disagreed with itself. This is the oneness that is God. This is what we're called to do. We're called to be the oneness in the world. We're called to be the Christ consciousness in the world. This is our belief system. This is the science of mind and spirit. It's to speak truth. To be that in the world. Right? To operate in the world as Christ in form. To operate in the world as the Christ consciousness, which is love, mercy, peace, harmony. We're here to operate in the world as that, as the healing agents, as the antidote to whatever that false illusion of separation is. We know our oneness. We know our oneness. We're the wild ones that know, right, that God is good. God is the good to which there is no opposite. We know our oneness. And we must practice that truth in the world. Break out of the self-imposed limitations of fear and of anxiety and of stress, to break out of those and speak our truth. This is it. We must accept the truth of our authentic self, our God self. This is our God self. Accept the truth of our oneness with all life, not just some, right? Not those, right? Not those people, just these people. No, all people everywhere. Ernest Holmes said, it is here in that consciousness that the mentality performs miracles. We're here to perform miracles. We are here to speak the truth, to spread the good news, to heal the sick and raise the dead. And we do that when we speak truth. We do that when we give people hope. We do that when we tell people how loved they are. Ernest Holmes goes on to say, right, it is here the mentality performs seeming miracles, because there's nothing to hinder the whole from coming through. We can do this by providing the mental equivalence of life, by dwelling and meditating upon the immensity of life, and the fact that as vast, as immense, as limitless as spirit is, the whole of it is brought to a point in our consciousness. Right? We have access to all of it. As much as we can demonstrate, as much love, as much joy, as much peace, as much power. We are the wild ones. We are known by that name because we are brave enough. We are courageous enough to speak truth all the time, even when people don't like it. Be wild with me, would you? Be wild with me. Speak truth wherever you are, whoever you're with. It may set some people back on their heels by our bravery, by our truth-telling. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you, because then they will have changed us. That's not true. We are the wild ones of this radical interconnection. Let's live it. Thank you. all about the oneness today. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's just lovely. Thank you so much. Now it's our time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to really demonstrate our oneness with Spirit, to demonstrate our abundance, to demonstrate the truth of the abundance that flows through us and as us in the world. So this is the place where abundance shows up. I love it. Let's pray. Let's pray. I know that there is one life, and it is God's, and it is infinite in love. It's infinite in abundance, infinite in peace, infinite in unity, that we are forever accepting more and more of those qualities of God as us and demonstrating them in the world, knowing that we are the place where love shows up, where peace and where power and where unity shows up, absolutely. And as different and as diverse as we are, we know that that is multiplication without division, knowing that there is one life. It is God's life. It is our life right here, right now. It is whole, perfect, and complete. And we are that. Giving great thanks, I simply let it be. And so it is. Fun to live in grateful and gratitude and thanksgiving. It's just so much more fun. I have miracle minutes. I have demonstrations of answered prayer I want to share with you. Yay, I know, really. Woohoo! I love this. This, from Melinda, sorry, I couldn't see where it was from. You know Melinda, she was the single mom, had the 2 kids. We gave them Christmas this year. Remember, we got together, we gave them all stuff. Okay, so she had thanked us right after that for making Christmas happen for her children. She was so grateful. Anyway, she sent John a text. Was it a text or an email? I don't know. Just recently, and she said, I wanted to let you know things are going well. I got a promotion at work, and I'm going to be moving into our own place very soon. Just wanted to say hi, let you know things are getting better and better. Thank you again for all you do. So glad. What a demonstration of answered prayer. Love it, love it, love it. And this from Catherine. Ask for prayers for a problem at work. Problem's been resolved quickly, peacefully, and with unexpected grace. Don't you love that? Oh my gosh, yay. Thank you, prayer works. Yes, it absolutely does. And this one comes from Nancy. Left on a cruise and came back to find my female beta, Luna, her name, swimming in dirty water. The pet sitter didn't clean the tank, and I cleaned her tank, and she ate for a few days, and then she stopped, and a week went by, and finally she decided to pray. Okay, well, we'll have to have a talk about that. Because you know how it is, right? I mean, you know how it is. Prayer is either your steering wheel or your spare tire. Which one is it? Which one is it? Better be your steering wheel, right? Okay, anyway, she prayed. Luna came back to life. Yay. Every day I thought she passed. It's now been 3 weeks, and she's fine. She's excited. She's hungry. She's, swimming around. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. She's doing great. Prayer changes things. Yay. I love that. I love that. Okay, so I have one more from Brian here. It says, just wanted to send a quick note of thanks. It seems I developed a strange problem with my face over the last couple of months. I found my face becoming sore, and when I realized it was only happening on Sunday afternoons, I was able to make the connection, you see. I've been exposed to extreme negative energy over the last several years, and it was really wearing me down. Coming to Vision has been subject to plentiful positive energy, causing me to use facial muscles I haven't used in a long time. It's good to be smiling again, and I look forward to continuing my weekly smile therapy. I love that. Yeah. Anyway, he said, on a slightly more serious note, a couple of weeks ago, I asked Reverend Laurie to pray with me for employment to find its way to me. Later that week, I went for an interview for an amazing career opportunity, and after a series of further interviews, I was offered the job yesterday. Yay. 2 hours later, I got another job offer from another company. See, that's abundance. That's abundance. Went from having no work to having more work than I can handle. I suppose that is the abundant stuff we keep talking about. Thank you to everyone at Vision for the prayers, and looking forward to being more involved. Yay. Here you go. I got to tell you, this stuff works. This stuff works. Prayer changes our lives because it changes us. It changes our thinking, and it opens us up, and we become more receptive to Spirit working in and through and around us. That's the way it works. And now it's time. Oh, I was like, and now it's time for the last word by It is time for the last word by Lizzie Bird.
Howdy, howdy, Vision. In the room. We're here. We're present. Looking beautiful. Hello out there in cyber world. We feel you. We love you. We're glad you're with us. Make sure you join the meet and greet. Ruth is going to be our practitioner, so you can go into a breakout room and get support there. So please do that. So Wednesday, movie night, 7 p.m. The 6888. Now, how many of you guys saw Hidden Figures? Great movie, right? At the end of it, I was like, how come we didn't know this? Well, we kind of know why we didn't know this. I think this is going to be similar. It's a really inspiring movie based on real history, starring Kerry Washington. Oprah Winfrey plays Mary McLeod Bethune, and Susan Sarandon is playing Eleanor Roosevelt. I think you're going to learn something. We really need to fill out our full and true history and learn and get to know that. So come be with us, and we're going to have popcorn, as always, because we're all about the food here. So we have John Catcher, our own John Catcher, this Thursday. Woo! This is a rescheduled concert due to illness, and John is rising like the phoenix he is. 7 p.m. this Thursday, Joe Rathburn is opening. We all love him. He's part of our family, guys. Come out and support him. Yes. Also, hang tight. Do not leave early. We're going to get a treat and a little sampler of what we're going to hear on Thursday night at the very end. So stick around for that. Our beloved Jacob Glass had to reschedule, so we don't know the exact date, but it's going to be sometime in the summer. So that's always a hoot and a half. Now, next week, we have The Negro Speaks of Rivers. That's a title, if you guys don't know, from a Langston Hughes poem. An awesome poet. If you don't know of him, learn about him. Great. And it's going to be DeAndre Simmons. We know him. He's got a beautiful voice. He's been here many times. He's going to be singing arias, songs, and spirituals by Black composers. So, sounds very cool.
I have to say something about this. DeAndre, if you haven't heard him, he's an astounding singer, like Metropolitan Opera level singer. He just was Sweeney Todd at the California Center for the Performing Arts. And so he's just as great as any I've heard in 40 years of being a theater musician. And also Ken Anderson is the musical director of the UCSD Gospel Choir and also the San Diego Gospel Choir. So I actually saw him play Jesus in Leonard Bernstein's Mass a few years ago, where I was an accordionist. So this is going to be quite a concert for Vision. So come after you come to John Catcher's concert, because he's astoundingly good.
Thank you, Mark. So we only have 1 month left to donate to women's shelters. So we need food, clothes, toiletries, cash. Boxes are still out there. So let's get to it. And we are continuing with our fun and fabulous fundraiser, Adopt a Bill. Go visit that big board out there. Choose something that you would love to give to above and beyond your tithe. We are so grateful for all of you who have done so already. And I know that what I have down here is wrong about next Sunday. It says Wild One, so I have to cheat. It's creation and destruction. Ooh, that's intriguing. So we look forward to that. And thank you for a powerful talk, man. That really hit me today. And let's hear it for the Higher Vision Choir. Oh. Thank you. And Mr. James Vandenberg, everybody. And as promised, I want to welcome up John, who's going to play a little for us.
Yeah, let me switch from technical mind into performance mind. Thank you very much. And thanks for all of your prayers about my father. This is a simple love song, and it's about discovering the love that's already inside of you, as opposed to thinking of love as something that you need to find out there or something that you can lose. Since you arrived, everything is brighter. Love, like the sun, is shining down on me. And I'm ready to go wherever you go. Since you arrived, everything is kinder. Everyone I see is smiling at me, as if they know. Love, love, such a precious find. The gift you have given me is like no other kind. The moon is blue and bright, the stars are all aligned. Love won't let me down this time. just as the tide will always rise and fall, the heart is ever free. The current surging inside us all flows from the spring to the endless sea. When you arrived, I gave up my pain. Now there's a rainbow where once was only rain. And now I know love, love, such a precious find. The gift you have given me is like no other kind. The moon is blue and bright, the stars are all aligned. I won't let love down this time. I won't let love down this time. Thank you.
So I'm going to say you don't have to come to the concert, but you do have to buy a ticket. That's all I'm saying.
And come to the concert anyway. That was just a small sample of how good he is, right? Okay, are we ready for affirmations? Yay! Okay, they're up there. Let's do this thing. Remember, our affirmations are in present tense, passionate, personal, purposeful. They are the things that just we know to be truth about ourselves. Ah, that's very cute. Okay, let's say them all together. You ready? You with me? Oh, practitioners, ministers, up to the front. Be ready for prayer. Okay, let's do this. God intoxicated thoughts forge a new groove in my consciousness. Woohoo! Okay. Health and wholeness are revealed through me now. I am the place where God shows up. I think we've heard that somewhere before. All three of them. Okay, you got it, Mark. Let's do it. God intoxicating thoughts forge a new groove in my consciousness. Health and wholeness are revealed through me now. I am the place where God shows up. Ah, I just love it. Let's go within prayer right here, right now, knowing there is only one. Knowing the good that we do for ourselves and for others, we do for spirit as spirit in the world. We know and accept that we are all one. That we know good, we celebrate good, we just lift ourselves and each other up by knowing our oneness. Giving great thanks for this, for being the place where God shows up all the time. Speaking our truth and absolutely living in love. I know this is the truth for all of us, and so it is.